Guys, we're off to a roaring start. Renee has been sorting out all kinds of tech issues today.
I have a rat's nest of wires.
It's an understatement. You should see the cables in here. It's ridiculous.
But it works.
But it works. Don't ask me how. I have no idea.
And I figured out why my microphone didn't work.
He muted it.
I hit a button I shouldn't have.
Oh my goodness. We have a little gingerbread man.
Of course
Very
you did.
cute. Awesome. So welcome to our 12 Days of Christmas live. We're actually closer to 25 or 30. I think it's closer
22.
to 50, isn't it?
50?
50, the number of giveaways that we have.
Yes.
When we started doing this, we called it 12 Days and we had 12 giveaways. And it went so well that we ended up with so much stuff to give away that some of the prizes were a little top heavy, like a lot top heavy. And they were costing a fortune to ship. So we thought
we made them smaller.
We made them a little bit smaller and spread them out a bit more. So now we're up to 50. So Renee has set up the screen so that as the day goes on, in going into the live a little bit, the wheel is going to pop up in one corner and he's just going to keep spinning it the rest of the afternoon until we run out of prizes. So watch that little section for your name. Now we are removing every time somebody wins, we take their name off the list. So because we have so many prizes and it's just the fair thing to allow as many people as possible to win something fun. To start, I have to say a huge thank you to everyone who has supported this channel over the last year, because we've had tremendous support from companies like DecoArt and Dynasty Brush and Viking Woodcrafts and CD Wood and Country Bear Woodcrafts and who else? Sheila Landry at tollpaintingdesigns.com, Sandy McTeer Designs, Painting with Deb, Painting World Magazine. I'm losing count. There's so many. So they've been incredibly generous in the past year, making sure that we always had giveaways. Oh, Tombow USA. Hello. They've been incredibly generous. And that generosity showed when we started packing up prizes for this, for today.
I'm glad I wasn't here for it.
Yeah.
Because I saw the amount of stuff.
There's 2 big boxes in the storeroom. Everything is already packaged, already has postage on it. And there's a few things that we still have to package because they're the larger ones and have to... Where did you go? Get out of the playroom. So with this is one box. Yeah. So we have a ton of stuff to give away today. So he's going to be monitoring the wheel, taking care of that while we're painting and creating. There is a lot of stuff. There's everything from stencils to pattern packets with the surface, pattern packets with a stencil sets. Oh my gosh, there is a gorgeous set of the water marbling kit from DecoArt. We have 3 beautiful brush cases full of Dynasty black gold brushes, plus a whole lot more. So there's a whole bunch of goodies. There's stamps from Stampendous. That's the one I forgot. There is a ton of stuff to give away today. So the longer you watch, the more chances you have of winning. So hopefully you follow, hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel if you're watching from YouTube. And if you're on my Facebook page, please hit the follow button, either on my Tracy Morrow page or on the Tracy Morrow live page. Either one will work just fine. We appreciate it. All of those things help us keep doing this, so we appreciate it. The shout out for today. Got to have a shout out for today, and that one, it has to go to my girlfriend, Sheila Landry at tollpaintingdesigns.com. I got a box from her a couple of weeks ago, and we have spectacular giveaways from her. She has some most amazing new designs coming up. You're going to love them, so by all means go and check out Sheila's newest patterns and designs. Are going to be available on her website at tollpaintingdesigns.com. She is not shipping for the month of December. You can place an order. You can shop to your heart's content, but packages are not shipping until after the holiday. So she's going to be shipping in January. She's taking off a little time for herself, a much needed break. Lady works very, very hard. So she needs a little time for her creative well-being. So, but be sure to go and check out her latest designs on her website. They're absolutely fantastic. And being her friend, I got a sneak peek into what's coming up in the new year, and she sent me those surfaces. So I get to create and play on them, but I can't show you until after the holidays. So you can have something fun to look forward to, because she's got some really great stuff coming up. Happy Mail. I got loads of Happy Mail this week. I did. I got a box from my girl, Sandy. And there was some wonderful tea in it from when she went to Turkey, and an incredible scarf. I'm not bringing it down here because I will most likely get paint or something on it. An absolutely stunning scarf. And then she sent me an evil eye. I need one of these. I'm going to hex all those people that cut us off in traffic. That's not kind. So she sent me this fabulous evil eye. And then she also sent me this. How appropriate is this?
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool? I love it. So that goes into my Tim Hoots collection. Some people collect like handbags. I collect old stuff.
I thought you were going to say skulls.
That too.
I collect skulls.
But yes, my girl Sandy. So Sandy, thank you so much, lovey. Mwah. Love you. This is just, it's been an awesome week. I've had notes and cards. I was a little under the weather this week, and had an awful lot of people sending me notes and messages of concern, and I'm fine. I'm fine. Just I had a bit of a flare this week, and I was stiff and sore, and I'm fine now. So my membership group, I posted their pattern last night. That one is pretty hefty because, as usual, I got carried away. But
typical.
Yeah, but it's a nice piece. So the membership group is painting roses this month. So I'm excited about that. And what else are we doing today? Oh, we're doing the, what are we doing today? Hello. It's Christmas.
We're giving away prizes.
We are going to be giving away a lot of prizes. But today we're going to be doing Home for the Holidays, which is this fun teacup surface. I love this. I just think that this little triptych idea is fun for a mantle or a tabletop or, on a sideboard or whatever. I just think it's a nice, the elevation and the change in patterns, and I like it. So I thought it'd be a fun one to do. It involves doing a little bit of stenciling, a little bit of painting, some stamping, and we're going to have some fun with that. Probably quite a few laughs. And before I get started, I am using a Christmas stamp in this piece for the background. And I was going through the website the other day, and I need to clearance a bunch of stuff because year end is coming and I have to count all of it. Don't want to do that.
Well, Sue Potts is starting off with $20 from Sue Potts.
Nice.
She says, let's have the puppers and kitties celebrate with us today.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate you. For those that haven't watched us before or haven't joined us before, if you're on the YouTube channel, all of our Super Chat donations, any donations made through Super Chat, go to our local SPCA. And on Facebook, all of those stars, if you're using stars and whatnot on our Facebook page, those are also donated to our local SPCA to support our local puppers and kitties. Our animal shelters need all the help that they can get, so that is how we give them our support and yours. So we thank you. So, was there anything else I needed to say?
I don't know.
I do need you to hand me a snowflake stencil because I didn't take one out for myself. Number 42. Not that one, no.
Number 42.
I think he lives to be facetious.
Yes.
Thank you.
42.
Yep. So the stencil that we're using today is this one. It's the M Square 42. You can use 54 too. They're both really nice. I like this one. This one's my favorite. The other thing that we're using in this piece is this Stampendous Christmas stamp. I love this one. It's really versatile, very pretty. We're using this for the background, and Renee so elegantly handed it to me. This is the 54. So whichever one appeals to you the most, you can certainly use. So the surface that we're using is this one. It is a 6x10 tombstone panel, and then there are two smaller ones if you want to do the side light pieces. So I'm working on the center panel, which is the large one in the center of this design. And if you guys are ready to get started, so am I.
What would you do without Renee? Probably live quietly.
I probably wouldn't laugh.
Have more food in the fridge.
I definitely would have more food in the fridge. My grocery bill would be significantly lower. But I wouldn't have as much fun cooking.
Ooh. Wow. How do you make a donation?
If you're on YouTube and in the Super Chat, there's a little $sign at the bottom of the Super Chat. And on Facebook, if you look at the little row below, you'll see the stars. When you click on the star, the little gold star, boom, boom.
Oh, Robert Pearson just subscribed.
Nice.
Welcome aboard the Crazy Train.
Yeah, and it's a short trip.
It's a one-way ticket.
That is the truth. So if you guys are ready to get started with this, so am I.
Right on.
Which that means it's top down.
Yes.
And this is cranberry juice, by the way.
Cranberry juice. Sure.
I like my cranberry juice.
Oh, the wheel's not popping up. I gotta fill it up anyway, so.
Yep.
I will sort that out.
So to get started on this piece, we need to develop our background. And this part is super easy. I'm just going to clean palette. This part is super easy. I need my brayer. Good heavens. Now, the color I'm working with is gold. Maybe. There it is. I put all my paints out and then I can't find the one I'm looking for. So I've got a little bit of 24 karat gold. And I've got my brayer. I like this little mini brayer for this. Super easy. And then you're going to roll the gold paint onto this stamp. I like the brayer for this because then you get a nice even coat. You don't get gobs of paint on it. And then we're going to apply the stamp like so. Excellent. And then I just go along until I have filled my surface. Does not need to be perfect. Don't worry about getting it perfect. Now, I like doing it like a brick pattern. Just keeps it from getting too static. There we go.
Aw, Denise.
And
Denise just gave us 530 stars on Facebook.
whoa. Nice. So I've got my background completely covered with gold stamp. Where did my... Oh, there it is. And I'm going to dry this. I love how this looks. Now, if you find that it's a little bright, And I do find this one is a little too bright for what I'm doing. I don't want it to be too busy. But I do want this paint dry. There we go. So I'm going to take a little bit of lamp black. And any time that you're doing something like this and it looks a little too bright for you, or if you think it's going to be a little too much, just take a little bit of your base color. I like the lamp black for this.
Wow.
And I'm thinning it out and just going to brush a light coat over top. It's just a wash of heavily thinned lamp black.
Marjorie Eaton is celebrating 14 months as a member.
Wow. Marjorie has not been well the last few days.
Well, didn't she just move?
Well, she moved a little while ago, a few months ago. But she came down with COVID, poor darling.
Oh, no.
So she's recovering from that. And Faye Reed was down with the flu.
Of course. It's going around.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we are. Okay, so I've subdued that a little bit. Doesn't look quite so bright. Oh, look at that. We got a wheel.
They got it working.
Yep. So I'm going to dry this really quick.
Louise Long donating $10 to the puppers.
Nice. Thank you, Louise.
No message, though. Kind of hoping for a message.
Yep.
Thank you, Louise. The dogs appreciate it.
The puppers appreciate it. So we've got a base coat of lamp black, and then we stamped with 24 karat gold. Now, I used paint, but if you have a gold stamp pad, by all means, use that. And if you prefer to use a white, you can use that. It doesn't matter what color it is, unless you're really into like neon colors. Neon might not quite suit, but a gold or a silver will work just fine. And you can use a traditional stamp pad if you have one on hand. But I like using the paint because then I don't have to worry about anything smearing or running. So that is the basis for your background. And from here, you're going to trace and transfer your line drawing on. Ta-da! Easy peasy.
Okay. This list is getting long.
Good. That's what we want.
Somebody asked if if that black was watered down.
Yes, heavily. Heavily. It's just a thin. Just enough to subdue it a little bit.
This chat is going nuts. Faye Reed is celebrating 18 months of membership.
Mm-hmm.
Always have to support the shelter dogs. Dogs are my lifeline.
Yeah, puppers. So we're going to start with those little pine boughs back there. I like to work from the back forward because we have stuff that's in front of them and it's just easier if we do it now than trying to fight with it later. So I'm going to use a liner brush. I'm going to use my 10-aught. And the colors that I'm using are these ones. We're using teal mint and sea breeze and a little bit of warm white. And this is what we're aiming for right here. Now I have a lazy way of doing this. And I'm using a liner because I want this a little comma stroke effect. So I got a little bit of sea breeze and a little bit of teal mint and a little bit of warm white. And my 10-aught. So I'm going to thin out a little bit of teal mint. I'm going to start with the darkest value first. And I have just the center vein of these little branches out here. And I'm just going to put little comma strokes using that liner. They don't have to be perfect.
I think I'm going to need more coffee writing all these names down here. And holy, got 227 people watching you today.
Nice.
Well, hopefully there's 227 names on that list then.
There better be.
You heard her.
Just saying.
Just saying.
Well, we have oodles of gifts to give away.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, managed to put my finger right in the wet paint. Hello.
Of course you did.
So you have to keep in mind that this...
Can you please explain Star Party?
I couldn't.
Don't know. What's a Star Party?
That's a new one on me. I know it's part of that stars thing, but I'm not all that familiar with it, to be perfectly honest.
Don't know. If the chat is going by so quick right now that if I do miss a question, I apologize ahead of time.
Yeah.
Hopefully I can come back to it later, but it's moving faster than I can read.
Yeah. And Renee's monitoring questions and monitoring a whole bunch of things, so...
And trying to get all the names on the list so everybody has a chance of winning.
Yeah. So just bear with him. I don't have access to the chat on YouTube, but I do have access to the one on Facebook. So I glance up at it from time to time. But it's not easy for me to follow and paint at the same time either. So I've got that first layer in, and this is just that darker value, that teal mint. And our second color is going to be this sea breeze. I know it's a kind of beachy color. I do like sea breeze though. It's a beachy color. But this is going to be our lighter value. We're going to fill in a few places. I like tucking them in between. Just like so. And yeah, you can overlap them. And again, neatness doesn't really count for this. We're just filling in some space. Sometimes I can get that perfect little comma stroke, and other times not so much. And then I'll come over to this one. I just like these little comma strokes to fill in those gaps between. It just makes things fun. And it's easy. It's not rocket science. These are just filler anyhow. So now we have established our branches a little. I'm going to take a little bit of that sea breeze. I gotta pull this palette in here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to bring in a little bit of that sea breeze. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of that warm white. I just want to make a slightly lighter value of that sea breeze. So we have, 1, 2, 3 tones of it. And I'm going to turn this upside down. And I'm going to come into the center, and I'm just going to sweep in some fine little lines. that kind of fill in all of those other little gaps, if you know what I mean. Keep them fine and light. And all this does is just make them look a little fluffier. I kind of like that frosted appearance that they get when you put these little fine strokes in. So they're just light, light, light. There we go. Almost like feathers. I just like that light little strokes. Not that you can see them with my hand in a way, but I really don't do a whole lot more than that. You can tuck in the odd little stroke to fill it in if you feel it's not quite what you want. If it starts to look a little fish scale like, I guess is the word I was looking for, you can just tuck in the odd little stroke just to fill it. Fill in those gaps so it doesn't look so. And that is about all you need to do to that. We're going to come back and shade it a little bit later on, but that's all you really need to do with that. So now we need to come forward a bit to these holly leaves. And I'm using a little bit of lush green, which is that new color from Decor. I love that color. And this is the color that I use for all of those holly leaves. And these are in front of our little pine boughs there, so we can just work right over top. Don't panic. It's probably going to take 2 coats to do that. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to come down here and base coat my leaves here as well. What doesn't work?
Hopefully if I change this, it doesn't change the size of the wheel. But I need to do it so I can see.
Okay.
Ah, damn. It does change the size of the wheel.
So, holly leaves, base coated with that lush green. If you don't have lush green or don't have access to it, antique green will work fine, or avocado. Just choose a green that you like that's going to have that sort of earthy tone. Avocado is a good one for that. So I have been doing my Christmas shopping a little bit here and there. Amazon's getting a workout. Everything that I've been wanting to pick up, I haven't been able to get locally, so I've been ordering either through online services or Amazon or whatever I can find.
Okay, that's... Sorry. I can't believe I missed this.
What did you miss?
Oh, I had to bring up my phone because... who is this? Gail Wolseley.
Yes, Madam Gail.
Well,
A long time.
have a look at that.
Oh my goodness, Gail. Thank you. Very generous and appreciated.
It's up $50 from Gail Wolseley. Thank you. That alone will get 2 female dogs spayed.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. And probably a couple kittens too.
There we go. So I'm going to dry those real quick because this green is still a little bit transparent. Covers well, but it usually needs 2 coats. So I'm going to, and then we're going to talk about these berries. Because we're working on a black background and red is transparent, or most reds are transparent, and they're heavily affected by whatever color you put them over. So when I'm working on dark backgrounds, whether it's black or dark blue or whatever it is, it's a good idea to put a coat of white, just a single coat, doesn't take much, a coat of white on things like berries, where you want the reds to be nice and bright. Now, in the case of the teacup here, you'll notice that the red is a little more subdued, and that's because I painted right over the black. But I want the berries to be a little bit brighter. Same color, but they're going to read a little bit brighter because I'm going to put some white underneath. Love this green. So we have one of the giveaways for today. We have a marbling set from Deckwart. And that is the coolest thing, doing that water marbling. It is so cool. And this kit comes with everything that you need to do it with. And they can be purchased. You can order them from michaels.com, or you can actually pick them up in some of the retail stores. You can get these kits. They're surprisingly not all that expensive. They're about $35. And they have a good selection of colors, plus all the materials and tools that you need in it. So it's, I thought it was pretty cool. So we have one of those to give away today. And we have 3 brush rolls full of Dynasty Black Gold brushes, which is exciting. Not to mention like the numerous goodies that we have from Southern Ridge Trading. We have goodies from Sheila Landry at tollpaintingdesigns.com. Oh my gosh, there's some beautiful stuff in there. And we have surfaces and stencils from Cupboard Distributing. And like there's just so much back there. It's not funny. But we're very fortunate that we have had such great support from all of these companies in the last couple of years. So kind of want them to get all of the recognition they so richly deserve. So there's our holly leaves. Now we're going to come over to these berries. Now remember what I said about putting a coat of white on them. I like to just put one thin coat. It doesn't need to be a lot. Doesn't have to be fully opaque. You just need a coat of white on there. Warm white or gesso, whatever you happen to have on your palette will work. Even a gray will work. You just need something that is going to subdue that black so that the red can stay nice and bright. And I like my berries to be nice and round, so I use my shape makers when I'm tracing them.
Jeez, that's a lot of names.
He's having a great time putting all those names in. I don't know. Is there a maximum that you can put on that wheel? Or are we about to find out?
I haven't reached it.
Okay. So that little bit of white is going to make a huge difference in how bright these berries are going to be.
Well, at least long you're not going on that list. You're already on there.
So there is my little white.
Eileen Van Eaton. Unique spelling, too.
So for those of you that haven't joined us for the live before, welcome and thank you. We usually try to finish our piece. Well, we do finish our piece.
And then we do.
And then we'll do the live, the drawings halfway through or what have you, or whenever Linda reminds me. But we do have some really great people that help monitor us on the YouTube channel. They help make sure that we're not being spammed. They help answer questions. They help post links. And I think that those should be recognized too. We have Jessica Killeran, who is a member of the membership group, and Linda Safranco, who is just, my right arm with this group. She's phenomenal. If it wasn't for her, sometimes I'd be completely lost. And then, of course, to two of my best friends, Sandy McTeer, who helps us out so much with the lives. And to my bestie, Miss Deb. She comes on caffeinated and ready to people from time to time. And she helps us out a great deal with a lot of things as well. So just wanted to make sure that I acknowledge their contribution and say thank you. I appreciate it, every bit of it. And to Jessica and Linda, watch the mailbox, please. So I'm almost there, almost ready to really rock and roll this thing. Oh my goodness, that cranberry juice is good. So we're going to start adding a few of the details to this teacup. I need to get these areas base coated, which is the handle. And I am using warm white for this.
Oh, there's Gail Jensen.
Renee's filling out the wheel of names.
Well, we're currently at 198
Wow. On the wheel.
on the wheel.
Cool.
And Gail Jensen didn't just subscribe.
Oh.
I believe she just became a member. Yes, she did.
A new victim. I mean, Gail, welcome. Thank you for joining the membership group. We're going to have so much fun in 23. I do have a fun little project in mind for my members for the month of December. They just don't know what it is yet. I'm going to show them that this week. And they have a new challenge going up on Monday. I'm excited. Their pattern went up yesterday. Their coupon code went up active on the 1st.
Oh, yeah, you get all sorts of goodies if you become a member.
Yeah, so we've got some fun stuff coming up. We had winners from our pair challenge, which was nice. So those girls are all getting goodies in the mail probably next week, depending on how quick the mail service is. It has been dreadfully slow the last little while. I had a parcel coming from a supplier in Ontario, but my parcel decided that it needed to make a detour to Calgary before it came all the way east, which I found rather amusing. Not really. So I got my icing. I call this icing on the top of the cup. I've been painting gingerbread cookies and little stars for the RAK page for the last little while. So everything that's white is icing. And if you haven't been on the Random Act of Kindness page recently, the girls in there, the guys in there, they have been posting just some of the most adorable projects that they are painting and giving away over the holiday season. Just to whoever happens to need a pick-me-up.
Want to recognize Tracy Craig, who just donated $20.
Nice. Thank you,
message is,
Tracy.
Feed the puppers.
And we will.
We will. Absolutely, we will. I gotta keep this going. I got the.
Oh, yeah, so you can see what's going on?
Well, if any donations pop up, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can't really read the chat from here.
I just realized I missed a spot when I was base coating on my teacup. So, and I have to put some red out anyway, so.
Have I caught up yet? No, I haven't even gotten close. Mind you, I still got to go through and see if there's any doubles.
Yep. Any duplicates. There we go. So, remember all of those little white berries that we painted? This is why I paint them white. Because then I get this nice, rich, bright red with just one coat. So I got one coat of country red on top of that warm white, and then I get nice, bright red berries. And they stand out off of that black background. And less affected by the black. It's just so pretty. So I've got 2 new patterns coming up this week. The little sheep on the cattle tag, that pattern will be up Monday, maybe tomorrow, depending on how much energy I have. So we have that, and then I've got for next weekend's live, we're doing Christmas ornaments, just little tree ornaments, something fun. So that pattern will be up Monday as well. And then I have 2 magazine deadlines I have to take care of this week. And I have a bunch of other things I got to take care of this week. So, needless to say, we have a bit going on. So, look at those berries. See how much brighter they are with that little bit of white underneath. It makes a world of difference. Just that one little coat of white.
I can't see any of the Facebook stuff.
Oops. My goodness. Robin Storm is there. Arlene Menzigan. Oh my stars.
Yeah, it's quite the list.
Oh my goodness. Look at you go, girl. Oh my heavens. Linda. Problems with Facebook sound. No sound when I go to YouTube.
And Judy Farmers is sent $10. Need to take care of our fur babies.
Yes, we do. We have one lounging upstairs as we speak.
Oh, more than lounging.
Is she unconscious?
So she is done. Last time I checked on her, she is...
Stick a fork in her, she's done.
Yeah. Well, she's got her blankie. She's treated.
She's with Dad.
Dad's on the computer.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I checked, anyway. Ooh. Who's this? Debbie Buckman Easton.
So I'm just going to quickly put in one more coat of that warm white on this handle because it was looking a little sketchy. I don't really worry about whether or not they're fully opaque. We have quite a bit of other stuff going over top of it, but uniform I think is more what I'm looking for. Just provides a nicer base when you're putting everything else on. So fully opaque isn't essential, but uniform is. I don't know, this teacup just sort of reminded me of Santa Claus. I know. And like I said, I've painted so many cookies in the last little while that everything that's white is icing, so. There. So one of the things that inspired this, I was going through a bunch of images from Christmas cards, and this had a really Victorian feel to it. Everything had, slices of dried orange, star-shaped ginger cookies, holly leaves, pine boughs, the whole thing. It had a really European feel to it, I thought. And so I was playing around with the idea of, the little, I call this a Zimtsterne up here, the cinnamon stars or gingerbread cookies, whatever you want to call them. And then the star anise popped up an awful lot in a bunch of different designs. So I really want to incorporate that too.
It's a licorice flavor.
It is, but it shows up a great deal in European cooking, European style baking and things. And so that was one of the reasons that I incorporated it. I wanted a really European feel to this. So I also wanted to carry that color of that cookie down to the bottom of this page without having to add another cookie. I wanted this design to be fairly simple. And so I just painted the star anise the same color as the cookie. So I'm using honey brown for this. And it takes a couple of coats. Surprisingly, for a brown, it doesn't cover as well as you'd expect. So, and of course it's over black, so it's not covering the very best.
Oh, I missed this.
What did you miss?
It happened a while ago. I was too busy typing. Diane Loggins Clark has given us 100 stars.
Nice, thank you.
From Facebook.
Nice. Thank you very much.
Uh-oh.
What? Don't uh-oh. No uh-ohs. Not today.
Oh, I hit the top of the list.
Uh-oh.
Then I just got to go through and make sure there's no doubles.
And then he can start spinning.
Yes.
So we are, believe it or not, going to finish this today. I finish everything in our lives. I don't often leave them unfinished. From time to time, though, I get something that, as long as I cover all of the steps, I'm a happy camper.
Oof, almost there.
I need to remind myself of something here. So the color for that orange piece of orange in here is pumpkin spice. I love this color. Spiced pumpkin. What is it with me in these names?
Pumpkin spice.
It's pumpkin spice. No, it's spiced pumpkin. Spiced pumpkin. I can never remember. So all of those wedges, and this color is notoriously transparent, let me tell you. So you'll notice how I'm putting this in. I'm just pulling it from the outside edge in towards the center, like so. Again, neatness doesn't count. Perfection is to be avoided at all costs. Miss Linda had a t-shirt made with that on it.
Of course you did. Okay. Going through the list. Make sure there's no doubles. Yep, here's mine.
It's just such a fun way to give away a whole bunch of goodies.
Yeah.
And we get to paint, sit and chat. And before anybody asks, the dinner tonight is beef and broccoli, homemade.
Homemade beef broccoli.
One of my favorite dishes, Chinese food. Well, North American Chinese food. So this orange is not meant to look perfectly opaque. Luckily for me. So I'm just putting a coat of that spiced pumpkin in here. I like the texture that this creates when you're pulling. I'm going to bring this up to the camera a little bit. When you pull the color from the outside edge down towards the center, I like the texture that that creates. I think that's what appeals to me about this. So it's not, we're not looking for the perfect orange slice. I like that texture, but I am looking for a little more opacity on this color. Probably should have put some white down, but if I put white down, I would lose that texture. So I'll just put in more layers. It's all good. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to paint the pith. Pith is the white portion of the rind on an orange. Don't look at me like that. So I'm thinning out a little bit of warm white for the pith.
Who's that? Ann M. Burling donating $20. She says, Merry Christmas to our four-footed friends.
Thank you very much, Anne.
Four-footed?
Four-footed. Well, yeah, four-footed.
Four-footed.
Occasionally 3. Depending on the critter.
Oh, I thought I didn't have any doubles.
Did you have a double?
Miss Valerie Clemens, you sly. You just sly. Got your name in there twice somehow. Wow. So there is currently 238 names on here.
Wow.
238 names.
That's 238 people that have been watching and playing and creating.
Yeah.
So there's my orange slice. Looks pretty gaudy, pretty cheesy at this point. That's okay.
Joyce got sidetracked at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, did she? What'd you get me? I love Hobby Lobby. It's a fun store. So I'm just looking at my rind here. It's just needs another coat of orange.
So, there are 50 prizes to be won.
Yep.
There are no names that are doubles on the list.
Yep. No duplicates.
There's no duplicates. And once a name
Has been drawn.
has been drawn, it will be taken off the list. So they cannot win twice.
Yep.
To give everybody else a fair chance.
Yep. We want everybody to have an opportunity to win something. It's only fair.
And if you don't win on the 12 days of Christmas,
Yep.
come back next Saturday.
Yep, because we have more.
Because we've got more prizes to give away. All you gotta do is like, subscribe, share,
Yep. That's
enter your chance to win. And we do it every Saturday. We give stuff away like stencils, stamps, brushes,
yep. We're fortunate. We have
books.
books.
We do give away books.
Yep.
So keep coming back.
So yes, we do.
How do you walk out of Hobby Lobby with nothing?
I don't know. I've never done it.
Joyce managed to do it apparently.
Really?
And I walked out of Hobby Lobby with nothing. How? Not possible.
I can't. There's always something.
Oh, I got 2 new names to put on there. We got Leslie Snowball.
Leslie Snowball?
That's what it says.
Okay.
Leslie Snowball. Oh, you guys, 2 new names, 238 people. You wanted an even 240, I say.
We're gonna have some fun.
Betsy Justice.
Nice. So, I'm gonna dry this. So we're gonna do the teacup.
Another $20 from Andrea George.
Nice, Andrea. Thank you.
She says, hoping all the little critters have a great Christmas.
Awesome. So I have decided which stencil am I going to use?
There we go.
I'm going to use 54 today. I used 24 the last time.
The first name.
Or 42.
First name has been drawn.
Oh, has it?
Ha! That's a name.
Kinkini. Okay.
That's a name.
That's a name. That's a good name. I think it uses all the letters of the alphabet.
No.
No. Kinkini Hapuarachichi. Warachi? I know that I'm like,
That's horrible.
yeah, I know that I'm making a mess of it, and no disrespect intended, but that's a mouthful.
But,
For yeah. So that's our first winner today. Right on, because there's going to be a few of them.
Yep.
So I'm going to position my snowflake stencil. I kind of like the big one, the big snowflake dead center on this one. And I'm going to use...
Butchering that name.
Oh, it's terrible. I know I am.
Sorry. I don't even know where to...
So I'm just using a little bit of warm white. Circular fashion, change directions frequently. I have my finger over the leaf here. I'll probably have to touch it up. That's okay. So I have my first snowflake on. And I like to, pick and choose. I like the fact that this one has got some smaller smaller snowflakes on it.
Names are hard, guys. Some names are hard.
Yep.
And that's definitely one of them.
Yep. Well, and, there we go. I think snowflakes is probably one of my favorite stencils. But then again, I love Christmassy stuff. So no great surprise there. So we need to, I think I like this one in 42 because I find the snowflakes are very lacy and elegant looking. But this one, the 54, has got a series of little tiny ones that come in very handy. Because you can tuck them into tight little spots, which works really nicely.
I want to make sure they can read this.
There we go. So I've tucked a few snowflakes into my cup. Now, just because I used snowflakes doesn't mean you have to. You can use whatever you want, quite literally. If it, fits into your design theme, then by all means, use whatever one you want. Snowflakes. I love snowflakes. So we're going to get started with our teacup. We're going to start shading that. We're going to be using some soft black. Just a little. Don't need a ton of it on the palette. And I'm going to work with a nice big angled shader. Make sure it's good and wet. Now, I don't use this color full strength. You're going to thin it out a little bit and blend it out well because you don't want it full strength. It'll make a mess if you do. And Lord knows we don't want that. Good gravy, Marie.
Deb Bloomfield. I always thought my name was Jesus Christ. My mom always called me that. Jesus Christ, Debbie. I get that.
Yes, you should. So I'm just floating underneath. I was going to say the icing. It's just way too many cookies the last few days.
What? There's been cookies?
Painted cookies.
Oh.
Renee's been taking a handful of those RAK pins, dropping those, giving those away.
Yeah, been taking them to work. You can always... I've always had a knack for reading body language. And I can tell when somebody comes into my place of work and is...
having a crappy day.
Having a crappy day, so I've been taking those racks to work and making people happy.
It surprisingly doesn't take as much as you would think.
No, it doesn't. And I usually don't say anything. I just hold it out.
Yep.
And if they take it, great. If they don't, then...
Yep.
I just get a weird look.
Yep. I've had people cry on me. I've had people hand it back and go, no, thank you. Like, okay. I don't take
it's
offense.
a tracking device, no.
Well, I don't take offense to it because,
No.
Some people are just suspicious, but that's okay. And some people automatically think that they're going to want, you're going to want me to donate to something.
No.
But. So I floated in and around that holly and underneath that handle with a little bit of that soft black. And I like to keep it heavily thinned because I don't do all my shading in one shot. We're going to do it a little bit at a time. And ideally, we want the center portion of this to be the brightest part of this teacup. So, nice little float down the side.
Make sure that. Oh, you can zoom in. Cool.
He's playing with his phone now.
Oh, see what I'm watching?
Yeah. Yeah, you're watching me.
I'm watching you, but I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah. You can zoom in when you're on a phone or a tablet.
I did not know that.
I did.
I didn't know you could zoom in like that on the live. That's messed up.
So I just deepened that shading with another little float of that soft black. And it just gives this cup a nice shape. I'm going to take that, come down here onto that saucer and shade in behind my...
Some people are very hard to give presents to.
Well, I think some people are just suspicious that, Well, I think we've all been accosted by that guy in the parking lot, Wants to clean your windshield. So, that little bit of soft black pulls all of that greenery forward, just lifting it away from that teacup. And I just realized I made a boo-boo. I painted the foot of the teacup.
Oh, that question just popped up.
What's that?
Completely unrelated question.
Okay.
Do you know if chalk paint stays on plastic?
It will stay on well. It will adhere well. But any kind of moisture or movement, if it flexes, it will peel. I love chalk paint. I've used it on all sorts of surfaces, but it all depends on what it is. If you're just going to use it for purely decorative purposes, like on a vase or something, go for it. I made a goof here. And now my base of my teacup is not the same color as the rest of it. Because I'm a knucklehead. That's okay. I'll let it dry. And then I'll shade it. I got ahead of myself. So now I'm going to grab a little bit of that. Remember that color we used for the... Hello, English is the second language today. Pine boughs. Hello. Jeez,
It's
Louise.
there.
Some days you just can't get there from here. I'm using a little bit of that sea breeze or the teal mint. Either one will work. And I'm going to put a little shadow along the bottom of my trim on my teacup. It's just a little float. Nothing major. Nothing fancy. Little float. And I'm going to do the same thing to the handle on my teacup.
Yes, I can absolutely do that.
Do what?
You're gonna zoom in a bit.
Got a nice little shadow of that. I just used the sea breeze, the same tealy blue that we used for the pine boughs. And I'm going to use a little bit of that in here as well. This is my shading color, one of them, on that white. Just helps make this white a little cooler. There we go.
Excuse me.
Oh my goodness, where'd that come from?
You have experience in the medical field. I think you know exactly where it came from.
Yes, I do. My goodness. So we've had a few winners already.
We've had 4.
We've had 4. Cool.
There will be a Facebook post after
Yes,
the live
with a list.
with a list of the names.
Yes.
Because I don't think we're going to be able to go through all 50 of them. As much as we would like to. If it was 10, sure.
Yeah. But yes.
But 50, it's a lot of names.
Yeah, we're going to post on Facebook so that you have Facebook and the YouTube channel. We'll send that out with in the community tab with a list of the winners from today.
And winner number 5 is coming up. Ooh. Let's see who that is. Debbie Visser.
Right on.
Right on. Yeah.
So there. Now, remember that little spot where I goofed and base coated it the wrong shade of red, the wrong color? I have to shade that now. So I'm just going to put a little float of that soft black in there. I'm going to deepen that a little. Underneath. It is paint after all, so if you mess up, you can fix it. And I messed up, so I fixed it. We have the technology for that.
Ah, yes. What was it? The $1 Million Man?
Yep. $6 million man.
6?
Yeah. The $6 million man. Why 6? I have no idea.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty arbitrary number. Just sounds big. Sounds like a lot.
Well, he was a lot.
That sounds like regular medical bills in the States. Just got a corn removed.
No different here.
Mm.
Well, I mean, the difference here is that it won't cost you anything to get it removed, but you're going to wait a while.
I saw the best explanation of Canadian healthcare.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in Canada, we have, we call it free healthcare.
Yep.
We have free Obamacare.
Yeah. Yeah. That's essentially it.
That's essentially it.
Yeah. We have Obamacare that we don't have to pay for.
Yeah. And that was exactly right. If you want better treatment,
Yep.
you can pay for it.
You can pay for it. Yeah. It's the same everywhere. So, our next stage for this one is our cookie.
Cookie.
Love cookies.
What
So-
kind of cookie is it?
It's a gingerbread
Oh.
cookie.
Is it...
Is it? It has icing on it.
Is it a Karen Jones gingerbread cookie?
Yes.
Excellent.
What if I had said it was a mom gingerbread cookie?
Still good.
Okay, that would be a ginger
Not as good as
snap.
the Karen Jones cookie, though.
Ginger snap.
Oh, yeah, ginger snap.
This is gingerbread.
Love the puppy. Oh, yeah.
Oh, the puppy.
That's Dot.
Yeah, that's Dot. Too bad we couldn't find one with puppy with wheels.
I have one with puppy with wheels.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
It's just not a Dot?
It's just not a Dot.
Okay. So I just quickly drew in the line for the icing on my cookie. We're going to shade that a little bit just to give it a little elevation. So I'm going to shade float of asphaltum right up against that line.
Karen, Renee, your goodies are on the way.
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to float in behind that orange slice. A little bit of asphaltum.
Lucy D's got it down pat.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. She says, congrats to the winners. There. That should take care of everyone at once. Time saver.
Okay, so I've got a nice little float of asphaltum all the way around. It's just to give the icing a little bit of elevation because it's just a thin line. So I'm going to dry this. And then we have to give our cookie a little more realism. So I'm going to use my 10-aught liner and some thinned warm white. Now, I had a brainstorm the other day. Like I needed another one. I thought, wouldn't it be fun to use one of those paint writers or that snow text writer to put icing on cookies? Yeah. You know what? Not something I want to tackle when I'm having trouble with it in the first place, but I thought, wouldn't it be cute? It would be cute if you could get it to go where you wanted it to. I was not in a good place to be using one of those squeeze bottles. So, hence the reason I'm doing this with a liner brush, because this I can control. One of those squeeze bottles, I just make a mess.
Oh.
There we go.
We got a question from Tina.
Hi, Tina.
Oop, lost it. Does the spray sealer protect the bottom portion of the painting that slides into the base?
Yes, it does. Just put a light one on. Yep. Nice light coat.
And there's another question from Tina directed at me. Being a veteran, does your country have a separate medical for you? No. We get a special card that gives us separate medical insurance.
Yes.
And all that is just like it covers stuff like private room and other incidental stuff.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we get the exact same medical treatment as everybody else.
Yep. Just that he doesn't have to wait and go to a military hospital to get it. He can go to any hospital.
Yeah.
So I got my white. You can make that as thick or as thin as you like. I just opted for a thin one for a change because the last one I did looked like I'd done it with a marker. So I'm going to come back in and I'm going to deepen the floats on my cookie in a few places. I want this one a little darker here. Just like that. It's just a few little things that I like to have them a little bit darker. Just gives them a little bit more realism. And then in this space at the base of the cookie, where it tucks into the cup, it needs to be a little bit stronger. And the same around the orange. Now this float is going to come right across that white line so that it sets that cookie back.
There's 240 people still watching.
Nice.
Awesome. And don't worry, you don't have to stay for the whole thing. You can just pay attention to the Facebook page.
Yep.
We'll do a post there with all the names on it.
But we appreciate you staying to watch.
And instructions on how to claim your prize.
Yep.
That's the other thing.
Yep. So, which is pretty simple. If you watch every week, you already know that all you have to do is go to the homepage on my website and click on the little speech bubble in the lower right-hand corner of the homepage. Click on that and then send us a message with your shipping information included, and we will get your goodies out to you as soon as possible. We're trying to make sure that everything gets shipped before the end of next week, so that you might have a chance of getting it before Christmas, maybe.
Or on, well, no, you won't get it on Christmas, but
No, I wouldn't be a bit surprised.
you might get it for Christmas.
Yeah, we aren't Amazon, so
We are not Amazon.
we're not Amazon. So we do ship things. We ship 3 days a week, which means that we are packing orders every single day, packing and shipping stuff every single day. But we ship on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So usually there's only 24 hours between the time somebody orders and the time it ships, usually. Lately, not so much, because although we pack them and ship them, they haven't necessarily been leaving the time frame that we like, because pickups have been very slow. My poor husband has been making trips to the local post office 3 times a week to drop off excess stuff that doesn't get picked up. So it's been something else.
Microphone. Could you show us some of the projects you do in your private classes? Past ones, sure.
Sure. Oh, you mean in the membership group?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We've done so many. I don't even know where to start.
Most of them you've actually sent them out because we have something called dibs.
Yes. A lot of the original pieces, or the pieces that were painted in the class, my members claim dibs on. And so they get mailed out to a lot of the members, but this one I think is one of my favorites.
Was that a members class?
Yes. Yeah. Farmhouse Honey.
Ah, okay, yeah.
I love this one. I'm a big bumblebee fan. I love bees. I love honeys, and I love lavender. And those are all my favorite things right in here. I just love this. But we generally will work on something like this. For the month of November, we did a drawing class. And we've been kind of gradually working on drawing in the membership group for the last couple of months. And so we had a drawing class showing them how to draw spheres and cylinders, learning where light placement goes, light impact points, shading, highlighting, a bunch of various things, and then structure. We are going to be doing another drawing class that's a little bit more advanced. But for this month, we are doing mixed media in 3 different ways, doing the same design 3 different ways. 1 in colored pencil, 1 in fluid acrylic, and 1 in standard acrylic. So we have a lot going on. I don't know where I put these. They're just, none of them are within reach, but we do a huge range. We'll do mixed media. We'll do something on fabric. We'll do something using strictly acrylics. And the techniques that I try to teach, the variety, we try to keep it as varied and as interesting as we possibly can. And then we have the challenges. We post challenges usually a couple of months where they can use their own skills to create their own designs just using a prompt. So I post stuff, let them play with it. I post free printables to the members just like I do for the website, but the members get some more. We have a lot of fun. So.
And dibs is for the membership only class, not for Saturday classes.
Yeah, Saturday's classes, that would be too much. So, I've got my cookie shaded. So now we have to, we need to worry about some icing. And this is a star-shaped cookie. I kind of want a snowflake design in the middle. So I'm just doing a few little lines off of the center. Nothing major. And we're going to use the same technique that we used for that pine bough. we're going to use for our cookie.
To answer Carol's question, how often do I update the wheel? Constantly.
Yeah.
There's always a new name in my list of
Yeah.
people.
So I put a couple of comma strokes, one long one for the point, and then 2 on either side like so. It's going to look a little rough.
Essentially, for every name I've taken off, I've added 2.
Yeah.
So...
And then I just simply connect them. We're not looking for perfection.
K. Reynolds. Oh, man, I wanted to call dibs today.
There we go.
Don't be sorry, Judith. That's why we're here. I'm full of questions today. It's okay to be full of questions.
You can be full of questions.
We're
it's all good.
full of answers, hopefully.
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 Yeah.
Some of us are going to be full of cookies in a second.
Did you go upstairs again? I don't know if there is. So I've kept this as simple as I possibly can. Because honestly, I want these cookies to look like they were done by hand. Nothing spectacular. And you can add as much ornamentation to these cookies as you like. So if you want more, then do more. There is some fun printables on the website in their free downloads. You can have a lot of fun with those, just creating little Christmas ornaments and whatnot. We are going to have a new one for you this week. So you'll have something fun to paint for the holidays. I have been doodling. I haven't really been painting that much, but I have been doodling. So I'm going to dry this real quick, and then we're going to do another float, another shading to set that cookie back, and then we'll put a highlight on it. Just want to make sure my white paint is nice and dry. So one last shading on this cookie. Nice part is you can come back and adjust these at any time. So I wanted to a nice deep shadow around that orange slice and come right over the edge of the cookie. And that helps set that cookie back really nicely. So now it looks like it's going in a different direction, which is what we want. So next step, we need to switch to a smaller angled shader. I used almondine a lot, which is it's a really nice soft tone. It's in that same family as khaki tan. It has a nice warm tone to it. If I can get some out of the bottle. There we go. I'm going to use this as my highlight color on my cookie. It's a really nice shade, highlighting color for browns, because it reads like a white. Gives it everything a nice frosted look, but it's not super bright, and it's not a hard white. I don't think you'd want a hard white on these cookies. So now I'm just going to put a little highlight in along the top of the cookie. And if you note, I know you can't see it from here on the camera, but I come in from the edge just a sliver so that it's not a harsh highlight, and it gives it a little more dimension. So that's all I'm going to do to the top of that cookie. I may come back later and brighten it a little if I feel it needs it, but right now I think we're good. So we're going to work on our orange slice. Now, I've got this spectacular color. This is Orange Flame. And it is a very transparent orange. It's wonderful for what we're going to do. And we're going to tone our orange slice. And I'm going to do that by thinning out some of this orange. And we're going to put a wash of that brilliant orange over top of everything. I love this orange. Because I don't want this to be a hard white look on this cookie. But I want that orange to subdue that bright white a little bit. Et voila. That little bit of orange does wonderful things. Just knocking it back a little bit. Kind of a float, kind of not. Just putting some orange over top of all of that white. And I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to work on the wedges within this orange. I'm going to switch to a smaller angle, and we're going to be using some asphaltum. And again, the color is going to be thinned, but I want a float of asphaltum on the business end of that wedge right there. Up against the white pith. Darkest value towards the pith.
The pith?
The pith. Reminds me of an old joke, and I don't dare say it.
No. I know the joke. I know the joke you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, we shall not repeat
No,
that.
we can't. We lose our PG rating. So that little orange, little float of asphaltum in there just helps makes our orange look a little more structured. And now we're going to start adding a few little details to the inside. And I'm going to do that with a little bit of that warm white. I'm going to mix it with, I was going to use that orange flame, but I think I'll use the spice pumpkin. Yay! So I'm just going to make little counter strokes. Like that. 3 little ones inside each wedge. Easy peasy. I can always tell when you run out of paint, you can't get it to teardrop. There we go. So we have those little highlights, but we need to brighten those a little bit. They need to maintain that sort of juicy look. So I'm going to put a highlight on each one of those using just a little bit of warm white mixed with that orange mixture, just to make it slightly lighter. A little more warm white. Didn't quite make it bright enough.
Winner number 10.
Oh my goodness.
Mullian Stocks.
Yay, Molly-Ann!
And I'll do 11 right after that.
So that little bit of warm white, it's just a little comma stroke on top of the other comma stroke. Just a small highlight, nothing major. Doesn't have to be perfect. But there we go. So while I have that mixture out, I'm going to put a nice little highlight on the top edge of my orange rind. It's just a thin line. And I'm going to dry this, and then we're going to shade that, set it back as well. So I'm going to grab a little bit of asphaltum, and I'm going to shade right along the edge of the top of that teacup. And that's going to help set back that slice of orange.
I like the way she thinks.
Who's that?
Judy Thacker. I bet neon would look great on this somewhere.
Oh, you know. We can put neon on almost anything. It's going to make Renee happy. However, I happen to have neon sitting here, so let's see, shall we? So I'm going to grab a little of that neon. Oh, baby.
She was not wrong.
Yep, she was not wrong. So just a little punch at the top of that orange slice. Yowza. I just put a float of it across the top like that. Bang, zoom. I love neons. They kick up highlights really nicely. Little float on those slices. Look at that. Woohoo. Bazinga.
Is that a new color?
Which, this one? This one has been around for years.
Could have been an older color you were using.
Oh.
Or another color you were using.
Nope. I stick that one back in. I might actually use the neons and the greens.
Where is Bob?
Where is Bob? Have we misplaced Bob?
I hope not. He's the creepiest of gingerbread men.
Yes, he is, but I don't know where he is.
What?
He was here. I don't know where Bob is.
How did you misplace Bob?
I don't know. But he's not here. No Bob.
What?
I don't know where creepy Bob went.
Creepy Bob.
I found him.
You found Bob?
There's Bob.
There's Bob. Oh no, you lost Bob.
No, we found Bob.
We found Bob.
He had somehow found his way into the basket full of stamps.
God, he's so creepy looking.
He is creepy looking. I love him. There's something about those white eyes.
I know.
He's
It's
just.
the shading.
I think so, because they look like they're bugging out of his head. So.
Yeah, they look recessed or have that like dark,
Sunken look.
yeah, sunken or like, you know, you get the, what do you call it? The black around the eyes when you're really tired.
Oh yeah, black around the eyes when you're really tired.
Okay, is that what it's called?
I don't know what it's called. Okay, so we're going to start with the berries and the holly leaf. I like painting berries.
I gotta speed up on the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting pretty close, dead.
Well, we got a ways to go yet. So my shading color for these berries is a little bit of soft black. And I'm going to put a C-shaped float of soft black on the right side because our light impact is coming from this way. So our light source is on the upper left.
Creepy Bob sounds like that one uncle everybody has.
Yeah,
Yep.
everybody's got one. So little C-shaped float. Now when you're putting those floats and those berries, it come in from the edge just slightly so that you can still see a sliver of the base color along the edge of your shadow. There's a couple of reasons for this. Is that one, berries are not fully opaque, partially, but light impacts them in a different way. And so by doing this, it gives the appearance that these are much more spherical. And I like this look. So this is bugging the bejeepers out of me.
You caught yourself, didn't you?
I've been, that little red there is driving me crazy because it doesn't match the rest of it. But that's okay. It'll work out. So the highlight on these berries is going to be done with a little bit of warm white, heavily thinned. You don't want this full strength. And you're going to repeat that little technique that I used on the other one, coming in from the edge just slightly. Little highlight opposite that shadow.
I thought you were going to say spiritual about the berries, but you said spherical.
Spherical.
Robin Storms. I won?
Deb Bell's one, too.
Yeah, Deb Bell's won.
Yep.
Yes, Robin Storm, you did win.
So when you get your package in the mail, you have no idea what's going to be in it.
Yep.
It could be anything from an envelope full of stamps to an envelope full of stencils
To a brush roll.
to a roll of brushes to you have no idea what you're getting.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
That's exactly what this is about.
So the final highlight on these berries is a little dot of warm white on the upper left side, right on the edge of that highlight. Just a tiny little dot is all that's necessary. And we have cute little berries. So now we're going to do leaves. Leaves, leaves, leaves. I like doing leaves. I am, however, going to clean up my palette, clear my palette, because this is tragic, to say the least. So on the palette, we're going to need some plantation pine and sprout, which is this one. I love this green. It has very quickly become a favorite. Love it, love it, love it. And I'm working with a smaller angle. I'm using a 3/8 angled shader. This one is a faux squirrel. And we're going to start with that plantation pine. I love this color because it's nicely transparent and very dark. It has a nice tone. And this is the color that we're going to shade our holly leaves with. So down the center vein of these leaves, point to point.
There's no special name, Renee. It's just called dark circles around the eyes. I Googled it to be sure. It's just like Secret Santa. Yes.
Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, except it's our list.
Yep.
You get a random gift.
Because we have quite a few.
Yeah.
Very, very fortunate. So I'm going to shade underneath these larger leaves first. I didn't with the first ones, but that's okay. I just want to separate these ones a little bit from the other elements with a float at the base of the leaf. So at the base of each of the leaves, you're going to put a float like so. And having that sort of U-shaped float at the base of the leaf, it helps enhance that curve that you're trying to achieve to make it look like the leaf is bending or folding. Rinse this brush. So, nice little float at the base of the leaf. U-shaped. As I said, it helps enhance that look that the leaf is folding over or bending. Here we go. And these leaves here, I neglected to put the vein in.
Did somebody win?
Mimi L. And remember, if I don't have shipping information for you, I can't send it to you. So, and we only hang on to them for 2 weeks.
And they go right back into our pile of stuff to give away.
That's right. So I've got all my shading in place. Super simple. 1 or 2 passes is all that's necessary. So I'm going to give this a quick dry.
The chat is filled with like congratulations.
Nice.
It's
I love that.
nice. You just don't have to do that, you know, because there's going to be like 50 winners.
Yep.
So, yep, there's Mimi.
Excellent.
She's there.
So my highlight color for these leaves is that sprout. I love this green. And it is quite bright. Don't worry if it goes over top of the shadow that you put in the center of that leaf. Don't worry about that yet. So if it mutes that, don't panic. Because we are going to change that. So I float my highlight color out onto the points of those leaves. Like so. And down that center vein.
It's called karma. I'm trying to fill up the goodness factor so I might win.
Karma has a way of sorting people out.
Yep. Oh, I read an article yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yes. And it was about a pit bull who got rescued.
Oh, I can't watch those or read those. I get all soppy.
No, he wasn't. Well, he was mistreated, but not by the owner.
Okay.
However, the perpetrator of the animal abuse will not be able to have children again.
Oh,
Yeah.
Did the dog sort out the abuse?
Dog took care of the abuser in his own special way.
Okay.
So, as a man,
Yep.
ow,
Yep.
but he deserved it.
Uh-huh.
So,
Puppy dog owners.
Pitbull finally had enough of being mistreated the way he was being treated
And bit him.
and took care of it.
Good stuff.
And then a judge was overseeing the case.
Sided with
And
the pupper dog.
kind of weighed it out and said, you know what? I think you already got your punishment.
Yep.
I bet you'll think twice about mistreating any animal ever again. So.
If he's got a brain in his head, yeah.
Yeah. Sucks that he didn't get jail time.
Yep.
But Doggo didn't get punished or reprimanded or anything. He got a bunch of treats
Good.
and a new home.
Good. So once you have that highlight in place, you can go back in and clean up the shading a little bit. Just a weak float. Does a couple of things. It brightens your highlight. The minute you darken your shading, your highlights are going to look a little bit brighter. But it also gives you a much clearer definition of that center vein. It cleans up some rough edges. Defines things nicely. Makes it all pretty. Always retain one float of shading color for that purpose. Just makes everything better. So super simple. I love doing holly leaves. So now we need to connect all these leaves. Otherwise, they're just sort of floating out there in space. We also need to connect some of these stems. And I like doing that with a little bit of that sprout green. And I'm going to mix it with a little bit of warm white, just to make a slightly brighter value. And this is the color I love doing this. I like taking that little thin line and my liner brush and stroke in those stems. And it just connects the leaves.
Some people just need a bigger dose of karma. Yes.
Yeah. The nice thing about karma is they get it when they least expect it.
Oh, yay.
What?
Well, our 20th winner was Bonnie's Cloak.
Bonnie Clock, yeah.
Bunny Clock. Yeah, she says, wow, me, I won. First time.
Nice.
And the last. No, I'm kidding.
So once you do the stems, I like to take that same thinned paint and I outline my leaves with it. Does not have to be perfect. Does not have to be exact. But it does give those leaves a nice look. And I'm going to come down here and do the same thing. I just like how that little bit of that light green, it just adds to this. Makes these leaves stand out a little bit more. And it makes them look a little sharper and a little more detailed, which is kind of nice. And then they pop out really nicely.
That is a strange mix.
What's that?
Chihuahua, Beagle, and Poodle.
Okay.
Mm. It's a strange mix. Like a standard poodle? That's even stranger.
Yep.
Are you dressed as Santa today?
No, he's not, thank God.
I thought about putting like tea lights in my beard. Like the little LED string lights.
There's a visual I cannot get out of my head.
I'm gonna do it.
Well, I went and got my wreath out and decorated and put a little bit something up.
He's a strange dog.
I love how that little bit of line work just makes these holly leaves a little prettier. So then I have to connect them. So I'm going to just a line.
Oh. Our 22nd winner is Kelly Albright Cave.
Kelly.
He thinks he's human.
Oh,
Good.
don't they all?
Mine gets a couch.
Yes. Well, yours is horrendously spoiled. Don't know how
But
that...
she's a good puppy.
She's a very good puppy.
You gotta spoil the good puppies.
Mm-hmm. The good puppies are deserve to be spoiled.
They're all good puppies.
Yeah, no bad dogs.
There are no bad dogs, just bad owners. And owners that just don't understand doggo-lango.
Yep.
Gotta understand how dogs behave and react and talk to each other. That's the big thing.
So I've got all of my leaves done. I've got all my berries connected. I do need to add a couple of little swirls because I like swirls. And I think we should all have swirls. There we go.
I got a question.
Shoot.
Is that star anise a fresh star anise or a dried star anise?
Dried.
Ah.
So we're going to paint that right now.
Ah.
So I have a little bit of soft black here somewhere. And I'm going to use a little bit of that. And inside each one of these little points on that star anise, we're going to put a little C-stroke shadow, like so. Comme ça. And then I'm putting just a small one in the center just to create a dot.
A dot.
A dot.
Both my dogs are spoiled rotten, as they should be. My favorite dog was a poodle terrier chihuahua mix. Okay.
So we're going to grab a little asphaltum for this. Our star anise is going to get a little shading as well. So I'm going to use the asphaltum to create the point. So a little U shape going in the other direction. Out to the point.
I pronounced the name right.
Did you?
Yeah,
Which one?
it's cloak.
Cloak? Okay.
Yeah. It is cloak.
Wow.
Look at me go.
I thought you were going to say it was Smith.
Hey. I just saw the message there saying that I pronounced it right.
Nice.
Yay.
Well done. That
me
means
go.
I did not.
You
My apologies, Bonnie.
Oh, I moved my phone and my nail hit the unhappy face. Sorry. We can deal with that later.
Here.
You may
Nobody
take-
should be unhappy today.
No.
No.
All of you should be really happy, and then there's going to be 50 of you that are going to be really happy.
Because we have Oodles the goodies going out,
Yeah.
which means my week is planned. So now it's time to start adding a little more shading. I'm going to shade over top of all of that blue on my white with a little bit of asphaltum. Just to soften it a little bit. I've heavily thinned the asphaltum. It doesn't need to be very strong. But I wanted it to be just to tone that blue a little bit. And I need to get into here with some of the asphaltum, make it a little darker. There we go.
Oh, geez.
So, I have a few little things left to do. One, I need to highlight that star anise. I'm going to use a little bit of that almondine for that. Love this color. It's a great highlighting color for browns. So I'm just going to put little float on just the tips of the star anise in a couple of places. There we go. Doesn't have to be much, just enough.
What was this? My nephew got a DNA test done on his puppy. And it came back black lab, coonhound, Douze de Bordeaux, so hooch.
Yeah.
For those.
Oh my.
Yeah, so Turner and hooch. And German Shepherd mix.
Wow.
Wow. It's not often you see coonhound on that list, though. That's...
Yeah, well, coonhounds are not all that common anymore.
No.
So I'm adding just a few little highlights, a little bit of thinned warm white. I need a nice little stroke at the top of that saucer. And on top of this red here. I've put a little highlight on the handles as well. And I think I'm going to put another one right here. Just a little stroke there. Berries have all been highlighted. My orange, I'm going to take a little bit of this white to the top of my orange here. Just to brighten this little highlight. And I think I'm happy with that. So I have one little highlight I need to put on in the center of this teacup. And I'm doing that with a dry brush. And I'm just using a point blender. I just need a nice soft highlight in the middle of this cup. There we go. I just wanted it soft. Nothing too bright. Right in the middle. And if I keep the lightest value towards the center, then it makes the shadows at the outside edge a little darker. And I think we are just about done with that.
That's a lot of puppy.
That's a lot of puppy. Yep.
Yeah.
So to finish off all of these little details in here, I use my black gel pen. And just a scribbly line in and around all these orange slices. Neatness doesn't count. Perfection is to be avoided at all costs. I like the irregular lines, and it just helps make some things stand out. You can do the same thing to the white if you choose. I like that little scribbly line around the outside edge. Doesn't matter if it's inside or over the edge, doesn't matter. I just like that sort of indistinct. So you can do that wherever.
A bully.
Bully breed.
There's a lot of dogs that fall into the bully category.
There we go.
Unless it's an American bully, then that's a breed all of its own.
Yeah.
And that's a very temperamental dog to deal with.
So now we have to focus on doing our lettering.
Was that an Arteza pen?
No, it was not. It was my one I can't pronounce properly.
It's
Feng
one.
Chuan. The Feng Taiwan. Taiwan. Taiyuan. I love this pen. So lettering. This one is pretty straightforward. I'm going to be using my liner, a 3/8 angle, and a number 2 and a number 0 rigger. If I can find my 0 rigger. There it is. The only reason I'm going to the 0 is for these smaller ones. And the color we're working with is warm white. Is our base color for these letters. And then the shading color is that Sea Breeze that we used in here. We have to carry that color around. So I have a little bit of Sea Breeze and, of course, Asphaltum. Because, it's Asphaltum. So, 0 rigger. Those of you that don't know what a rigger is or have never used one, this is a rigger. This one is a 0. It looks like a liner brush or a script liner brush. It isn't. This actually comes to a chisel edge, much like a flat brush does, which is what makes it ideal for doing lettering. So you can load this up, a little bit of thinned warm white. And then when you press it down on the surface, this is what happens. You get a chisel edge, just like a flat brush. So you have a squared off edge. Makes it ideal for doing this. So this lettering is a little persnickety. That's why I'm using it. It's just persnickety, just means it's small. So press down. Puppy dog is on the move.
Yeah. I didn't say that the Bordeaux was a poodle. I said it was from Turner and Hooch. Yeah, I know it's a massive dog. It's a lot of dog. That was Patrick. Patrick's got a beard.
Yeah, he does.
I didn't know that. Did I say it was a poodle? No, it's not a poodle. No, he's just red. Big slobbery mess of a dog. And if you haven't seen Turner and Hooch, go watch it.
It's an awesome movie if you love puppies.
Yeah. Don't watch Canine. Don't watch Canine. Watch Turner and Hooch.
So the nice part about doing this particular lettering is that it's very scripty. It has some nice little curves, elements to it, which are pretty. But it's surprisingly not a difficult letter to paint. I should say font to paint. And especially when you have the right brush to do it with. So on the chisel edge, press down, open it up, come back up onto the chisel edge.
Wait a minute.
What?
Hold on a second. I think I had somebody just win twice. It's not supposed to happen.
Mm-mm.
Let me check. Oh, nope. Nope. Congratulations, Sue Potts.
Oh.
I thought it was another Sue.
There we go.
Be good. Good.
So this is a 0 rigger. The nice thing is that it does come to a nice little point if you need it to. When you press down, the brush opens up to a nice chisel edge. So you can do really fine, delicate line work, beautiful lettering, and they hold a lot of paint. For a brush this small, they hold a ton of paint.
Couldn't watch the dog movie Hooch. Too much slobber makes me ill.
It's
You
the
get used to it.
Yeah, my husband does not get used to it. He does not
Just like it when Dot drools.
She didn't like it when you guys drooled. Or he didn't like it, I should say. No.
Who makes the rigger?
The rigger is a Dynasty faux squirrel. You can get them on the Brush Guys at thebrushguys.com. And if you are buying brushes through them, use a coupon code Tracy M. Gives you a little extra discount. I like the Brush Guys. Just to give you a little heads up, they actually have two price lists on their website. One is the list, which is the actual retail price, and then one is their discounted price. And when you're on the Brush Guys, the discounted price is the one that you pay.
Yeah.
And then if you use my coupon code with it, you get an additional discount off of the discount price.
Boom.
So
Tracy M.
Tracy M. Capital Tracy, capital M. So we got holidays done. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to...
Jeez, I'm still getting Black Friday deals.
Yeah, me too.
And Cyber Monday deals. Mind you, I haven't found anything Where is it?
And we've got holidays coupon code on my website, holidays. And just if you're on there shopping, use that coupon code. Unless you're a member, because you get a better discount if you're a member. If you're using that coupon code, which is holidays, it does not have to be a specific font or caps lock or anything like that. It's just type in holidays. It'll work. And it also works on all of the sale items on the website. So we have all of the print patterns are on sale. All the stamps are on sale. But it'll take the discount off the entire order, not just specific items.
What are the most used sizes of riggers?
0 and 2, those are the ones that I use the most. But they do have it all the way up to a size 8, I believe. 8 or a 10.
That's a big brush.
Nah, not really.
Well, based on... you're using a 2 right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it'd be a little bigger than your...
That's a big rigger. Excuse me.
But I do like the rigger because it's an easy brush to control. It makes painting lettering so much simpler.
Do the Brush Guys ship to Canada?
They do. They ship worldwide. And their shipping is very reasonable. He does ship through Canada Post.
Does anyone in Canada sell the riggers?
To be perfectly honest, I don't know. Country Bear does stock some, but I don't know if he has any in inventory right now.
Nah, okay.
But I do know that the Brush Guys
Do ship to Canada.
do ship to Canada. And because they're discounted, even with the exchange rate, shipping them to Canada is still cheaper. Yep.
Yep. If no one claims their prize, I would be happy to... What? Happy to what?
I would happy too.
I would be happy to take them.
No, if prices aren't claimed within a period of time, we just put them back in the goodies back in the bin and use them at a later date. We don't often have them unclaimed, but we do from time to time.
Does happen.
Yep.
Ooh, got quiet.
It did get quiet. That's because I'm painting lettering. Everybody holds their breath. Almost there. Having the right brush for the right application makes a world of difference.
Yeah.
I had one of the painting groups, beginner painting group that I've been following lately. A lovely lady posted that she had purchased a set of brushes online, and she had only paid very small, I think $5 or $6 American for the whole set.
Oh, wow.
And she was quite disappointed that they were too soft and poor quality. But the most expensive brush you can ever buy is a cheap one, because you're going to end up replacing it sooner than you expect. So if you're continuously replacing inexpensive brushes, you're better off just go out and buy the best quality you can afford. That's my advice when it comes to buying brushes. If it's not in your budget to buy a $50 brush, then look for the best quality within a price range that you can afford. And you know what? When things change, when your situation changes, your budget changes, then you can worry about getting high-end or expensive brushes. Because honestly, a good quality brush does not necessarily have to be expensive.
Watching you while I'm on a bus tour of Quebec City.
Ooh. The old
In this
city?
weather?
The old city, it's beautiful. Especially at Christmas time.
Yeah, they decorate that
Oh, the
city.
old city is beautiful. Old Quebec City, just, it's lovely. All those beautiful old buildings, and oh, it's gorgeous. Okay. So I'm happy with my lettering for now. So I'm going to dry this real quick. We're going to finish up this lettering.
D. Stratton Kitzmiller.
Kitzmiller. That's a good German name.
Stratton is not a German name, though.
No, but Kitzmiller is.
Stratton sounds like something from Montana.
Yeah. Or Michigan.
Or Michigan, yeah.
So we're going to shade these letters at the base with a little bit of this wonderful sea breeze. And I know that it's not easy to float in these little areas, so I'm going to show you a little trick. Just use the chisel edge of the brush to put that color in down there. Just fill the space and then chisel blend it upwards instead of trying to float. Those little tiny spaces can drive you nuts. So just a little bit, tuck it in, and then just chisel blend the color up so that you're not fighting against these little spaces. And you want to come about halfway up the letter. What you looking for?
Okay, that's cute.
Yeah,
It's a not so creepy Bob.
it's a not so creepy Bob. It's also a not so finished Bob. There. I am gifted today messing up little things.
Little thing?
Little things. Terry Casper.
Okay.
She just won. And keep looking. So I messed up. I was using a floating technique to avoid making a mess of my lettering, and I made a mess of my lettering. So I ended up with color all over the black. So I just took a little bit of black. I just floated it in there so I get a nice crisp line. And then I'm going to come up top here with the same color. And I'm going to do the same thing.
Just had an oopsie.
Who?
I gotta find out who that last winner was.
Why?
That was Karen Nording Boylan?
Boylan. Karen Boylan. Yep.
Karen Boylan. I oopsied, I misclicked and it disappeared.
So that little float in there. Get that blue, but come about halfway up the letter.
There we go.
Doesn't need to be a lot of color. It just a little bit. Especially on these little tiny letters. There we go.
We got 13 more names to go before we're done.
Peggy Anderson, that one just popped up.
When do you float at the bottom and when do you float one side?
When it comes to lettering, that's usually a choice I make as I'm designing. Depends on what kind of an effect I want. I kind of wanted this to have a cool effect. That's why I went with the color down at the bottom. But honestly, you can do it any way you want. This is just my preference. So once that is dry, I just take a wash of asphaltum over top of all of that. Just to deepen it a little bit. And because I'm working on that black background, I'm not too worried about that asphaltum getting everywhere. And I'm going to do the same thing to this. So it's just a little float of that asphaltum, heavily thinned, and going right over top of that blue and coming up about halfway up the letter. And all this is doing is just simply toning these letters. That's all it's doing. Just mutes them a little bit. Grounds them a little to the background. There we go. I'm going to use my pen again because just a couple of things I want to. I want to add little details, outlines to the outside edge of few elements. I don't worry too much. Little sketchy lines here and there. So I'm going to find my fugly brush. Fugly brush. I love these. So I need to get this good and wet. And I'm going to use a little bit of thinned warm white, heavily thinned, and we're going to spatter this. A little bit of thinned warm white. I do love lots of spatter. Now, if you want to embellish this a little bit further, I love the spatter in there. It just makes everything look frosty. If you want to embellish this further, there is nothing to stop you from adding a few more little snowflakes wherever you choose, even if it's just one or two. You can certainly do that. It carries the design elements around, but it also will fill up a little bit of that negative space. And there tends to be a bit of that, especially when you're working with black backgrounds. I wanted to touch up my stem here. It didn't go all the way. There we are. So I've spattered that, and I like to finish my edges. So I'm going to use a gold pen to finish the edges of my panel. See if I can do it without making a mess. That'd be nice. Like so. Now, I will take this out to the garage and give it a couple of light coats of matte spray. I like things with a matte finish. That's just me, but I like to seal everything in before I varnish anyhow. Just because I use a variety of things from these solvent-based pens to these gel pens and stamps and whatnot, just to make sure that everything stays where I put it. I like to hit it with a little bit of matte spray. I just like how it looks. I think it finishes things quite nicely. I'm going to, since we've got time, I want to take my snowflake stencil. I want to bring in just a couple of smaller snowflakes, I think. So just put a couple here. Don't want a ton of it. So a couple there. I do love snowflakes. They fill up space really nicely. I'm going to do part of one over here. Just love snowflakes, especially at the Christmas time. And I have a lot of snowflakes in my theme for this year. I think it's wishful thinking because I want to see a lot of snow this winter. And then I'm going to come up here over top of this holly. There's a nice little spot. I want to bring in just this one little snowflake right here. And I chose this one for a reason because it reflects the shape of that one there. And there we go. I don't know. I think the addition of a few little snowflakes here and there is not necessarily a bad thing. I think it makes things pretty. Pretty's the good thing. So when we ship out orders, stencils and etc., we always have one of these little postcards in there. It says thank you. And then we attach a little mini stencil to it. And for Christmas, we have 2 different snowflake stencils. And we have them arranged so that every other order gets a different one. So that's what we've been sending out. And then I added some fun stuff to the website. These little applique snowflakes, they're cut out of MDF from a laser. I've been having way too much fun with these. And this would be a fun addition to this as well if you wanted to. The other thing that I've been using a lot is what do you call those? Hello. Here I go again.
Crash bang. boom.
Bang. Are
Pam's-
these? These are laser cut snowflakes as well. And I just think that they add so much to a project, having that little bit of elevation, that little dimension. And these ones are just super cute. All of these are from Southern Ridge Trading Company. I love her embellishments. She just makes the most beautiful things to jazz up your artwork. So if you're looking for something really fun, just to liven up a piece of artwork, go and check out chipboard.ca. You're going to love everything that she's got on there. I've been having entirely too much fun with these little snowflakes. And on my RAK pins this year, I used these little holly leaves and berries that she laser cut. And she's got a ton of those too. So don't forget to go and have a look at Southern Ridge Trading at chipboard.ca. You're going to love what you find. Just like I did, because I've got like my 5th order in as many weeks coming from her this week. Way too much
Well,
fun stuff.
we have to answer this question.
Okay.
Pam Stover.
Hi, Pam.
Tracy, when are you doing the 12 Days of Christmas? Loved it last year.
We're doing it today.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas.
So you might notice there's a little wheel up in the upper right-hand corner. That thing has been spinning steadily all day because we've been giving away just a ridiculous amount of goodies this week, or for this live. Thankfully, we have suppliers like Stockade.ca. I love Stockade. They've been fabulous to me. And then we have Country Bear Woodcrafts in Sherbrooke, Quebec. It's one of my favorites. Great company to deal with. Great surfaces. Huge selection on their website. Just fantastic. And Viking Woodcrafts and Painting World Magazine. They have been tremendously supportive. I love it. I mean, we give away a lot of stuff. A lot of these companies don't necessarily send us stuff, but they send us support in other ways, whether they're supporting the website, directing their customers to the Facebook Lives and to the YouTube channel. They do send us a lot of support. And not only that, but they also provide me with surfaces and materials and tools and whatnot so that I can keep doing these things. So even though sometimes they're behind the scenes, they're still providing an awful lot of assistance to us. We do have somebody send in lots of hearts. The cardinal on it, I think it is. Just watching on Facebook, there's just oodles of hearts going. It's great. We have just so many companies that we have to be appreciative of because they do send us a tremendous amount of support. So Southern Ridge Trading, Country Bear Woodcrafts, Viking Woodcrafts, Stockade.ca, CD Wood, Chris Hoy.
Are you done painting?
I am.
You
I
want me
am.
to switch cameras?
Please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Minimize that one. Bring this one up.
He's manipulating cameras.
And give me 1 second and I'll bring the wheel back up here in a second.
There we go. Yeah, so Chris Hoy and everyone at the Pixelated Palette, Lindsay Applegate, they have been tremendously supportive. If I'm looking for a unique or an unusual surface, they have been fantastic. And they've also been extremely generous as far as giveaways and the like. They have been amazing. So I have to send out my thanks, my gratitude to Chris Hoy and everyone at CD Wood at Cupboard Distributing. They've been fantastic. Dynasty Brush and Decawart are two huge supporters. They have been incredibly generous. Dynasty Brush in particular. We have so many brushes and so many goodies to give away, and it's through their generosity. So I have to say thanks to them. And Decawart has always been very generous with me and continues to be. They provide me with all of my paint and much more. So they're fantastic. And so I have to say thank you to them as well. Painting World Magazine, to Cole and to everyone at Painting World. They are spectacular. So we have some goodies from them too. We have goodies from Viking Woodcrafts. We have goodies from Stampendous Stamps. Fran and everyone at Stampendous has provided us with a pile of wonderful stamps. So there's lots of those to go out, and their support has been invaluable. And then, of course, I have my friends, because I don't think anybody gets anywhere with
There. You're good.
I'm good.
You're good now.
Okay, I lost my rhythm. Shame on you.
I'm sorry, but they didn't hear any.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I don't know where I left off.
Sorry.
It's all right. You broke my stride. Okay. Nobody gets anywhere without their friends, and I'm lucky that I have so many, but I have a few in particular that I have to say thank you to, because their support has been invaluable. I don't know what I'd have done without it. So, obviously, him. Because he does an awful lot behind the scenes that we wouldn't be able to do this if it wasn't for him. So first of all, him. And then to my best friends, to Deb and Sandy and Sheila, 3 ladies in my life that are incredibly supportive. I love all 3 of you. Mwah. Thank you for everything that you do, and everything that you do to support the channel and these lives. Can't do this without you guys. And I don't want to forget anybody at all. Linda Safranco, Jessica Killoran, Robin Storm. Those 3 ladies have been remarkable. They're so supportive within the membership group. They are supportive of the lives, supportive of everything I want to do and what I do. And their help and assistance is also something I probably wouldn't be able to do all of this without it. So I appreciate you and everything that you do. And of course, everybody that comes to watch, you guys are amazing. You're so much fun, and you're awesome. And I appreciate all of you. And I'm so glad that you come and play with me every Saturday, because otherwise I'd just be sitting here talking to myself, which I would probably do anyway.
I was going to say something.
Yeah, I know.
Medication, mother, medication.
No. So the wheel has been going steadily.
Yes.
You're awesome, Bernie. Yep.
I try to be awesome.
Yep. Hit and miss.
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
So this piece is going to go out to the garage, get sprayed. We'll have to finish the back and finish the stand for it. But how many more names have we got?
We have 10 more to go.
10 more to go. Okay.
So,
That was Spain
the
now.
final 10.
The last 10. We've got so much stuff. I'm excited. I'm glad that you guys could come and join us today. I've been looking forward to it. We're doing home for the holidays. I like this piece. Mine's going on my mantle.
Yeah, you're putting it up on the mantle?
I'm going to put it on the mantle. I got a ton of stuff. And then next Saturday, we're painting Christmas ornaments. I got some fun designs for you. So that pattern will be up.
Jeez, I can't keep up with this chat.
I'm
Both Facebook and YouTube is going nuts.
good. I would never have thought to put turquoise colors in a Christmas pattern. That's the difference. Yeah, no, that's why I have that twisted mind. That's what that is. I think outside of the box.
Dibs, question mark? Holly Johnson?
Love the teacup. Jean Crossley. Oh my goodness, we get 100 stars. My heavens.
Haven't seen.
I thought it was wine. No, it's not wine. You need a self-loading wheel.
A self-loading?
That's what I get a kick out of some of these. It's crazy. They're awesome. So I've got, like I said, I've got a bunch of new patterns coming up that I have not really been painting all that much. And I've been trying to get a few things done, but the little sheep in the cattle tag. That pattern will be ready on Monday. The pattern for next Saturday's live will be ready on Monday. It'll all be up. And I have a few more new designs that have been sitting here that I've been dying to paint. So I have a few other things to do. Plus, I have a couple of magazine submissions I have to get done. So I have to get one done for Pixelated Palette and one for Painting World magazine. And then I still have to create something for these lives going into the new year. So we're going to have a pile of fun in the next few weeks. We must be getting down there.
What's that?
To wheels. We must be close to done.
This is number 44.
Okay, so 6 more. Oh, my stars and garters. That wheel is still packed.
There's still 188 names on there.
Wow. Rory Morgan. I see a lot of names that are new, which is really nice. So I'm glad you guys came to join us. So I'm trying to catch up on some of the comments. If you're wondering, I'm not just stalled here. I'm trying to paint. Yes, Melissa, I know I paint very fast. I'm sorry. But we have a limited amount of time and have to get it done. So,
still got 15 minutes.
Nice.
Before YouTube kicks us off.
Before they kick us off, yeah.
There's we're going to ignore this name because she's already won.
Oh no.
I misclicked and I couldn't find her name.
Okay.
So it's being removed this time.
Okay.
We're gonna respin. She had already won. I know because I went back and checked.
Okay. He's been trying to make sure that, everybody has an opportunity to win, so. All right. Oh my gosh. The chat just went absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm actually caught up.
Are you? All right. So now the final 5.
Yep. Awesome. I love seeing all these names pop up. It's just exciting that everybody will get something in the mail in time for Christmas, hopefully. Depending on the speed of the post.
Yep. So we got Lynn Kostinuk. Cool.
Yes.
That's a neat name.
Kostinuk. She's one of our members.
And Gail Wolseley. See? Karma.
Yep.
Came back.
Yay. What goes around comes around.
Right
That's what
out.
my mother used to say.
Ooh.
We only got a few more.
Yeah, a few more.
Oops.
Kathina Hughes? Cynthia Hughes.
Cynthia Kathina. Are you okay? Oh my goodness. So
Last 2.
Yeah, the last 2. So there's quite a few of you on here I know that I have your shipping ad information for. But there's also some that, don't necessarily have their last name on here. So just to be on the safe side, make sure that you go to the front page of my website. On the lower right-hand corner, there's a little speech bubble. Click on it and send us a message with your shipping information so that we can get these out to you as quickly as we can.
Will you be posting a list of the winners?
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will. It'll be posted on Facebook.
And on the community tab on the YouTube channel. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Good heavens. It's a big list.
All right. The last name.
Yep, the last name.
Here it comes. And Carol Gansey.
Wow. Nice. So that's a long list.
Yes, 50 names.
One more?
One more? Wait, I think I have a special wheel for that one.
Oh, do you? Okay. Okay.
Just give me a second to bring that one up. Some of you will get this.
Some of you won't.
Oops.
And I'll explain. Oh my
I
goodness.
gotta. There we go. Give me 1 second. Do-do-do.
It disappeared.
Yep. Da-da-da-dum. Dum, 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 dum.
I'm waiting for him to do this.
There. I think that's perfect.
Is it? Okay.
So I have a special wheel.
Here's this special wheel.
Is that fair?
Oh no. What?
It just erased all my results.
No.
No. It did.
Well,
It's
we
not.
can go back through the video.
Yeah. Well, never mind.
Are you going to spin this?
I'm curious to see what the chat's saying about it.
Okay.
It only seems fair.
I think he's just wasting time. No, we have this lovely, lovely woman who has been incredibly supportive of the channel. I don't think she's missed a single live in 2 years, 2.5 years. I don't think she's missed a single one. And
No, she's been here every
day,
day,
every single day,
every single live.
without fail. And she has had a tough year. She has been going through treatment. She has not had an easy time of it. And she has never won a thing. Not a thing. So this is Renee's solution to that problem.
What if Tracy wins? Then it goes to. It's still... it's still going to Judy.
One way or the other.
One way or another.
Can you believe it? It went to me.
Yeah.
Of course.
Poor Judy.
Poor Judy. The only way, I swear, that this poor woman will ever win something is if that's the only name that's on it. One way or the other, she's going to be winning something today.
There, I'll fix it.
There we go.
There, let's spin this.
Oh my God. Congratulations to Judy. Yes, congratulations to Judy.
There we go. Finally.
Okay. So, Judy, I know you're watching because you never miss, ever. I'm going to send you the piece from today's class. So, oh my goodness. Goodness. Woo!
Can't win.
So I don't know how many other ways I can tell you how much I appreciate you guys coming to watch every Saturday. And we have some truly dedicated people that come and watch. And I just want you to know how much we do appreciate it. That's one of the reasons that we try so hard to make sure that we have some fun giveaways and that we can do 1 or 2 events a year and have lots of giveaways because you guys deserve it for all the support that you give us. And we appreciate you very, very much. So having said all of that, don't forget to join us next Saturday. Same place, same bat channel. I don't know if I can do that without violating
Same
bat channel. Join us right here. We're going to have a very relaxed day. We do still have quite a few giveaways for next Saturday as well. And we're just going to relax, have a cup of tea, and paint some fun Christmas ornaments. The pattern for those will be up on the website. We'll have a new printable for you this week. Members, you'll have a new challenge up on Monday. Don't forget, if you're shopping, don't forget to use that coupon code. And I think that's it for today. We love you.
Pet your dog.
Pet your dog. Please stay safe. And Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Kwanzaa. Whatever
Happy Kwanzaa, whatever it's going to be.
Whatever you celebrate, I hope you spend it with family, friends, and liquor.
And liquor. Oh, the puppy is the liquor.
We'll go with that.
Okay. PG channel. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.